Today we're going to talk about how to bring your brand to life. So you have your logo. Now, this isn't your entire brand, as some people think, but it's very much part of your brand. And the work that you've done to create your logo hopefully will have taken you on a journey through working out who you are and who you serve and what your purpose and mission is and your values and what connects you to your ideal customers. Hopefully you know all that, because that's the essence of your brand. And now you have that. How do you apply it to your marketing materials? Well, I've got a nice little diagram for you. I'm just going to show you. So, how to bring your brand to life? Well, as I said, your logo down the bottom here, that forms the basis of your brand. It's the foundations, the kind of linchpin that holds it all together. And from your logo, you will have a color palette. Now, whether your logo is the entire color palette or whether that's part of it and you've created some colors that go with the color of your logo so that you have a complementary color. Your color palette should be, 2, 3, maybe even 4 or 5 colors, but these colors are the colors that you use everywhere. Your main color becomes absolutely synonymous with your brand, with your company, your identity. For example, if you were going to think about a red fizzy drink, the red Coca-Cola color, you just know it in an instant. So you need to build that kind of consistency in the way that you use color so that people will see that color and associate it with you. The same with your fonts. It's all down to the consistency. So in your font styles, you might have one font, or you might have 2 fonts. You might have a heading type font and a body copy type font, but stick to them like glue. It really is this consistency that will bring your brand to a point in the mind of the people who are looking at it that they just associate one thing with the other. Your image style on the top line here, that's, if you're cartoony image style, if that's the kind of thing you want to go for, then, that becomes that becomes your brand. So again, stick to it like glue. That style of illustration maybe, or the style of photography. Is it black and white? Does it have some kind of cool effect on it? Is it an image on a white background? Whatever it is, the style of imagery that you decide to use for your adverts, for your pull-up banner, for your website, absolutely stick to it, so that again, people just they have the same kind of feelings every time they encounter you. They recognize you, and that's what having a strong brand does. It really kind of embeds you into the minds of the people who see you. And your message, again, consistency. So what you're telling people today is what you tell them tomorrow, and you might use different words and you might say it in a different way, but you're saying the same thing. And that's how you become famous, almost famous for what you do. So keep your messaging simple and keep it consistent. Same with your tone of voice. Your tone of voice is another big thing that you can use to differentiate yourself. Whether you're a yo dude, how's it happening, whatever. But you know what I mean. Either you're very tight-lipped and posh or sophisticated or knowledgeable or Are you super friendly? Are you a bit more corporate, professional? You know, find the tone of voice that's right for you to communicate with the people that you want to communicate with. And all of these things together just reinforce who you are and what you stand for. So I think the key word there in all of that was consistency. So it's all about knowing who you are, your values, your skill sets, your purpose, and knowing who it is you're talking to them consistently, showing up using the same colors, the same fonts, the same kind of imagery, the same message, the same tone of voice. All of that will help you to build this super strong brand that, you know, in your sector, in your industry, to the people who you're talking to, you will become famous. They will recognize you. Won't be able to walk down the street. I hope that helps. I'll see you next week.